Hello everyone, so welcome to my playlist on vector calculus. In last two lectures we saw the notion of vector fields using the software GeoGebra, and we also saw the notion of parameterization of a curve. If you have missed those two lectures, link is there in the description for you. Today we are going to talk about tangent to a curve, how to find the tangent vector and the unit tangent vector for a given simple curve. Now what do you mean by a simple curve? So a curve is said to be a simple curve if it does not intersect or touch again. Okay, so this is an example of a simple curve. This is not an example of a simple curve. This is also not an example of a simple curve because here it is touching, here they are cutting. So like such points are called as multiple points because they are coming twice in the curve. Okay, so whenever a curve is not having a multiple points, then such a curve is called as a simple curve. Like circle is a simple curve, parabola is a simple curve. Okay, so but whereas these curves are not simple curves. So whenever you have a simple curve, the question is how to find the tangent vectors. Okay, for multiple points you have more than one tangent vector, but okay, that's a different story. We don't want to go in that part. So suppose if you have a curve which is a parameterized curve. Now what do you mean by parameterized curve? So suppose if you have a curve C, so this is your curve C over here, okay, is going in some direction. Suppose this is the direction. When I will call this to be a parameterized curve, if there exists a function say R from an interval, that means a subset of real number, and if you take any t over here, its image lies on the curve C. That means what? Your R is a function from closed interval AB to the curve C. So input is here, output is on the curve. When this map is onto map, that means what? When the image of this function R is nothing but the curve C. When you have such a function, then we say that your C is a parameterized curve, and this T is usually called as the parameter. So suppose if you have a simple curve which is a parameterized curve, okay, that means what? We have the function R of t. We have the function R of t. Then what is the tangent vector? So since your R is depending only on one variable, and we know that tangent is nothing but the derivative. So therefore the tangent vector is nothing but R prime of t, R of t plus delta t minus R of t upon delta t, and what to take? Limit of delta t goes to 0. This is one way to find, but I will tell you we don't go by this definition. We usually go by component wise. So that we will see in the example. And once you have the tangent vector, how do you find the unit tangent vector? You simply find the mod, that means the length, Euclidean length of this vector, and then you divide your r dash of t with this mod of r dash of t. Then whatever vector you get, let me call u of t, then this will be the unit tangent vector. Okay, and whenever you want to sketch the tangent vector, okay, so whenever you have a curve, definitely you can sketch the tangent vector. Question is how to sketch that. So from this one can actually derive. I am not going to derive, I am directly going to take examples so that you can understand the concept. So the q of w is nothing but r. So if you want to find the tangent at a point P, then what you do? Q of w is nothing but r of P plus w into r prime of P, where w is any real number. Okay, so this will keep on changing. R is the parameterization you have. So at t you replace your t by p, so you get a vector. You get a vector multiplied by w. I know w is varying. So using this equation or using this vector, you can find the equation of the tangent line, or you can plot the tangent vector. So these are the three things that one should know. Now let me take an example so that everything will be clear to you. So I will take two examples. So let's go first with a circle example. So suppose if I give you r of t is equal to say 2 cos t, comma 2 sin t, comma say 0. Let me take a circle in xy plane. It's a circle of radius 2, right? Because from here you can see, if you don't know this is a circle, how to derive? You see your x is nothing but 2 cos t, your y is nothing but 2 sin t. If you square and add them, you get x square plus y square equal to 4. And from one can see that this is nothing but the circle of radius 2. circle of radius 2, right? Now you take any point on this. Suppose if you take P to be say root 2 comma root 2, right? So this is a point, yes, this is a point on the circle, and that point is this root 2 comma root 2, point P. Okay, now once you have this, question is what is the tangent vector? So your r prime of t, one way is you go by the definition, another way is taking derivative is very easy. You simply take the component wise. So derivative of this is nothing but minus 2 sin t comma 2 cos of t comma 0. Okay, now once you have the tangent vector, let's try to find the unit tangent vector. That means now what is mod of r prime of t? It is nothing but root of square of this, which is 4 sin square t plus 4 cos square t plus 0, and which is nothing but 2. So therefore, what is the unit tangent vector? It is r prime upon mod of r prime. So what you get? Minus sin t comma cos t comma 0. This is your unit tangent vector. Okay, so these two things are done. Now the last thing is I need to plot the tangent vector. Now to plot the tangent vector, I will take the help of the equation q of w. So what is q of w? Your q of w is nothing but r plus w into r prime. Now question is, your point P is what? Your point P is root 2 comma root 2. So what t you will take? So that your r of t will be P. What t will you take? So that your r of t will be P. So as you can see, if you take t equal to pi by 4, so this is 2 cos pi by 4, 2 sin pi by 4, 0. Pi by 4 is 1 by root 2. So root 2 comma, okay, I should take 0 also. So t equal to pi by 4 will do your job. Okay. So what is now r of pi by 4? R of pi by 4 is the point P itself. What is r prime of pi by 4? It was minus 2 sin t, right? So minus root 2 comma 0. And therefore what is your q of w? It is root 2 comma 0 plus w times minus root 2 comma 0. Now when you simplify this further, you get root 2 minus root 2 w comma root 2 plus root 2 w comma 0. So this is the tangent vector with w as a parameter. Now how do you sketch the vector? That is the question. So for that you should know the equation in terms of x and y. And now if you see over here, what is your x? So let me erase this part. This we don't need now. So what is your x? It is this first component. So your x is equal to root 2 minus root 2 w, and your y is root 2 plus root 2 w. Now if you add these two, you get x plus y is equal to 2 root 2. And now you draw this line. When your y is 0, x is 2 root 2, and when x is 0, your y is 2 root 2. And if you try to draw this line, this is the line x plus y equal to 2 root 2, and as you can see, it is passing through the point P. So whatever calculation we did is correct. Okay, so that's how you find tangent vector, unit tangent vector, and to plot this tangent line, you find this q of w. From this q of w, you find the relation between x and y. Okay, now let me take one last example in a 3D dimensional space. So the very famous curve is the helix. So let's play with helix. Okay, so the second example, suppose if I give you r of t equal to say 2, not 2, let's take this time 3 cos t comma 3 sin t comma say 4t. Okay, and suppose if I take the point P as say 3 comma 0 comma 8 pi. Your job is to find the tangent vector, unit tangent vector, and also you need to sketch. For sketching it will be difficult because it's difficult. You should be really good in drawing to sketch the curve in 3-dimensional space, but I will try my best to explain you the thing. Now first thing is r prime of t. How do you find? Either you go by the definition or you simply do the component wise. So this is minus 3 sin t, 3 cos t, and 4, right? And what is your mod of r prime of t? Your mod of r prime of t is nothing but 9 sin square plus 9 cos square. So I will only have 9 plus 16, which is nothing but 5. So what is your unit tangent vector? It is nothing but minus 3 by 5 sin t, comma 3 by 5 cos t, comma 4 by 5. So this is the unit tangent vector. Good, so this was easy. Now let's sketch the tangent line. For that you should find q of w, right? So what t you should take so that you will get the point P. So here it is 3, that means this has to be 1. Here it is 0 and here it is 8 pi. So from, if you see over here, your t is nothing but 2 pi. And is 2 pi satisfying the first two components? Yes. So if you take t equal to 2 pi, then it will correspond to point P. That means what? R of 2 pi is nothing but P. Okay. So what you do is you find R of 2 pi plus W into R prime of 2 pi. Now what is R of 2 pi? R of 2 pi is nothing but the point itself. Plus W into what is R prime of 2 pi? It is 0, 3 by 5, 4 by 5. And what you get over here is 3, 3W by 5, 8 pi plus 4W by 5. So this is your tangent vector, okay, in terms of the parameter W. Now let's try to find the equation of tangent line in terms of x, y, z, so that you can sketch the tangent line. Now here you can see your x is 3, your y is 3W upon 5, and your z is nothing but 8 pi plus 4W upon 5, right? So this is what we have. So from here, if I combine this two, z is equal to 8 pi plus what is W? 5y upon 3. So 4 by 5, what is W? 5y upon 3. So therefore z is equal to 8 pi plus 4y by 3. So z minus 4y by 3 equal to 8 pi. So this is the equation in terms of x, y, z. X equal to 3 is fixed. So therefore your line, so if x equal to 3 is not there, that means your line is in which plane? It is in yz plane. But then you have to draw that in x equal to 3 plane. Okay, so suppose, so now what is the helix? Now this is my x, this is your y, and this is your z over here. What is the equation? If you remember, it was 3 cos t, 3 sin t, 4t. So when t is 0, that means the point is over here, 3, 0, 0. And now as your t will increase, as your t will go from 0 to 2 pi, for only 0, your third component is 0. As soon as t becomes non-zero, third component becomes non-zero. So from here, the point will start lift and you get a helix, because first two will give you the circle. Okay, so let me take a book to explain you. Okay, this is the book you have. Now you take this corner as the origin. Okay, positive x-axis, positive y, positive z. So when my t is 0, the point was which point? 3, 0, 0. Right? So this was the point over here on x-axis. As your t is non-zero, my third component becomes non-zero. So now the point will in the space. And the first two components, what they are doing, sine and cos, they will give you the circle. So this point is here, 3, 0, 0, and then you keep on lifting them. So what you get is a spring, which is nothing but mathematical term is the helix. So it will start with here, and after the first round, suppose the z is 0, after the first round means 0 to 2 pi, you would have got a circle over here only. But now since the third component is non-zero, it will start from here, it will make a round and it will come up here. So at 2 pi, projection of this will be a circle, but actually the curve is, it will do a round like this. So this is the point. Which point at the top? Your point is 3, 0, 8 pi. Right? Because after 2 pi, this is the point you are having. So I want to find the tangent at this point. Moreover, what we are having, so like this is the helix. It is going on, and after the first curve, this is the point, and now I know that the tangent line is lying in x equal to 3 plane. So this is my x equal to 3 plane. So this is the point, and I know that it will lie in this plane. Okay, so this is my yz plane. So you draw the line over here in yz plane, and you simply shift in x equal to 3 plane. Okay, now how does the line looks like in yz plane? If you observe, if you simply draw this as your y and your z, when your y is 0, z is 8 pi, and when your z is 0, your y is minus 6 pi. So this is the line over here. So the line over here is this. So if you take again this, okay, so this is the origin. So z equal to 8 pi somewhere here, and y equal to minus 6 pi. So positive and negative y axis, no? So minus 6 pi and so this is the line over here in yz plane. What you do, you simply shift this line in your x equal to 3 plane. So this was the helix you had, right? So the first round completes over here. This is the point, and this line you shift over here. So for this curve over here, this was the point, and that's the line you draw. So there's the tangent line to this curve. Okay, so I tried to make sure that you imagine the things. If you couldn't, don't worry. So like if this is the helix you are having, right? So after first round, it will come over here. So this is your z equal to 8 pi, and this is kind of minus 6 pi. It will be difficult to draw. So this is your x equal to 3 plane. So in this plane, that line will lie. It's not up to the mark. Figure is not up to the mark, but I hope you realize you have an helix, take a point, and this is the line, tangent line in x equal to 3 plane. Okay, so this will help you to sketch the tangent line. So I hope the concept is clear. If yes, do not forget to like, subscribe and share. Thank you.